Hey, what's up guys, I'm Arnavino and this is the unboxing and initial review of the newest flagship phone of Kata Digital, which is the Kata i3. As you may know, I have a recent review of their smartphone and tablet. If you haven't watched that, be sure to check that out. I'll be putting the links on the description box of this video so you can go check it out later. So let's unbox this. As you can see, the box is a plain white with just the logo and the text Kata i3. And here's the unit. It's a royal blue in color. And as you will see, it's very thin and you will know later why. The next item is the quick user manual and then the travel charger, which is an auto volt, but it didn't indicate the milliamp power, but I think it's a 1000 milliamp. Another one inside is the micro USB to USB connector, which is for your data transfer and charging cable. And the last item here is the color white earphone, which also has the mic button. And that's all the item inside. So you might be wondering, where's the battery? Well, that is because the Kata i3 is a non-removable battery with a capacity of a 2250 mAh. Before we boot this phone up, let's run down the specification. So this is a 5-inch Super HD that is 1280 by 720 and it's a 1.3 GHz MT6582 quad-core processor with a Mali 400 MP GPU. It has a 16GB of ROM and a 1GB of RAM. The camera has a 13MP in the back and a 5MP in front. A dual SIM, but both are micro SIM slots. Wi-Fi and Bluetooth 4.0 capable, and you can expand its storage up to 32GB via micro SD. And the best part, it's a OTG capable smartphone. And as you will notice, it has a screen protector already. So let's check first the build and design. And you will see on the right side is the power button, and in the front is the 3 capacitive buttons, and on the top is the 5MP camera, light sensor, and front speaker grill. Then at the bottom is the USB port, and on the right side is the volume rocker, and on the top is the earphone jack. Looking at the back, you will see the Kata fish icon logo and the Kata text. And of course, the 30MP camera with autofocus plus the LED light at the bottom. You will notice also the back is a brush textured glossy finish plastic. I find the phone really elegant because of the thin size form factor. Well, let's see how it performs. The screen is really bright. It is seamlessly almost flat on the glass, which makes it really elegant. Well, I find the phone very premium. In terms of build, it has also a thin bezels. Viewing angle is great, but the only angle na medyo nag-iba yung color is when you view it on the bottom right corner, which makes me think it's a semi-IPS screen. But all other viewing angles, no issue of changing of colors. It has a smooth UI experience, the stock launcher has smooth transitions and very fluid. It has a pre-built app like BBM, Fish Market, Fish Cloud, which is still coming soon, the Hotspot app, Evernote, Kingsoft Office, Adobe Reader, and MX Player Pro, plus the Auto 3G that they will also be announcing soon. Since this is a Jelly Bean 4.2.2, you will notice the notification toggle on 1 and 2 finger swipe. But on the notification toggle, you will notice the 2 new feature, which is the glove and the gesture mode. The glove mode works when you have other things on top of the glass, you can still navigate on the phone. And the gesture mode works like this. When you switch off the phone, and then you swipe up with your finger, it will unlock the phone. And when you draw a letter C on the screen, it will go to the dial pad. And last one is when you draw a small letter E, it will jump to your browser. So this is a pretty nifty feature they included on the phone. I also compared the size of this phone to the Cherry Mobile Omega XL and you will see the size difference. Also stay tuned on my comparison video of the two because two phones has almost the same specs, so it will be really a great interesting comparison to do, so be sure to subscribe on my channel to keep you updated. Now going on to the camera, it has a stock camera app interface, so you will also be familiar with it. No added feature on it, still has the things that you usually see on the stock vanilla camera app. I tested out the back and front camera and I was quite surprised on the front camera on how great it can capture on low light environment. But for the back camera, although it can take good photos also on a good lighted environment, I am not quite happy on the flash. It seems it's not synced on the shutter button, but so far it takes decent photos as you will see here on my sample shots and also on the video. It's pretty impressive. I will upload the raw images on my blog, so be sure to check that out so you can see a better look of the sample shots I took on the camera of the i3. Moving on to gaming, since this is a Mali 400 GPU, I expected this will have good gaming performance. And surprisingly, yes, it didn't disappoint me. Knowing this is an HD screen, although there are sometimes I just have some skipping frames, but that happens usually when I have other things running in the background. But it doesn't bother me because all the games so far I tested out are all in the high settings, and still it didn't have issues of any huge lag, so it's a big thumbs up for me in terms of gaming and performance. But one thing to note of, if you have OBB files on your SD card, even though you set the default storage on the SD card, it will still read the phone storage. So you really need to install all the games on your phone storage, but since this is a 16GB of phone storage, you will have a huge amount of storage. But hopefully Kata will update this so we can still enjoy playing games while they are installed on your SD cards. And of course, since this is an OTG capable phone, game controllers like PS3 controllers will be just plug and play, and it can read USB drives, but also take note it will not read an external hard drive with 1TB of capacity. Browsing on a Wi-Fi connection is pretty smooth and fast, but I will still test it out on a 3G connection on my full review, so stay tuned on that. So for the benchmark, here is the rundown. It still has a good score for an MT6582, but since it's an HD, you might not get the 60 FPS comparing to the QHD experience, but still manageable for gaming. One thing I like about this phone which makes it worth for your money is it has all the available sensors from the accelerometer, light, proximity, sound, orientation, magnetic, and gyroscope sensor. All are working fine, so you can test it out on a games that uses some of these sensors, and plus Photosphere will work on this. Touch typing is superb, very responsive, no dead spot at all. And by the way, this is a 5 multi-touch smartphone. A quick check on the audio. Good news, it is a CDIA compliant phone, so you will enjoy listening to the music with your newest headset. And mic buttons will also work fine to control the pause and play on your videos and even for calls. Since it is a 5-inch phone, which is an average size that is recommended for watching videos, you will really enjoy this one. The display is bright and vivid. I also did my initial battery test. Since I fully charged it on my first day of use, I used the phone with full settings, which means the brightness is set to the max and the Wi-Fi is on all throughout the day. And I did some social media and some gaming tests, and battery still have almost 40% of juice with almost 3 hours of usage. But still, I will have different battery tests on this phone to know on how the battery will last. So there you go guys, that is my unboxing and initial review of the Kata i3. Be sure to subscribe on my channel and feel free to like or dislike this video. And if you have feedbacks and suggestions, be sure to leave that in the comment section down below, and stay tuned for my full review. The unit will be available in the second week of January, and you can go check out the price on the description box of this video. So again, I'm Arnavino, and see you on my next screencast.